So a lot of people have been asking for an update on the flume, and I thought today would be a perfect day to do that. So let's start down here at the end. It does have water coming out. Now there are a lot of things I'd like to do to this flume. Support the bottom a whole lot better than it currently is. I need to remove all this concrete that was a big waste. And the Archimedes turbine, I do want to continue to test, but for right now, it's just sitting here. Now, I discovered that leaves are a big issue with the flume. Let me show you what I mean. So, here's a good example right here, how this water is flowing over the top because of the leaves that have backed up. So that needs to be cleaned out real quick. And I usually just do that with a stick. Each of the bases needs to be reinforced significantly. Other than that, the flume seems to be of structural soundness and is doing well. And the ram pump bucket up here, I need to do some work on. Throw away a bunch of trash, but I think to keep this from freezing and causing issues, I'm just going to keep the bucket empty here. Okay, and yeah, see more leaves here that are certainly an issue. So doing well up here. Now, the intake. You can see that it's pulling a decent bit of water, but look at all this loss over here and down here. What I need to do, what I'm going to do in the future, is build a weir. And that's a kind of a wooden dam. And I'll show you where that's going to go. So there's a lot of loss here that could be going into the flume. But I found out quickly that this area over here is kind of a sinkhole marsh. So the water comes down, sinks into that area, skirts around, and comes out down over there. And so I'd like to build this weir up here. So between that area and this fallen tree area here, and the water would build up a little bit and flow over in a designated trough area. And so that way I can then take the pipe and bypass that section and drop it off right here. And that way all the water would be going into the flume, which, as you can see, after a decent rain is a lot of water. So definitely looking into that, and it will bypass this poorly constructed dam here as well. Now, I've mentioned this several times before, but this location here has been an issue. What I need to do is remove this first, 3-4 feet of rubber, and because I had cut out this section here thinking that it had to go out. I need to just remove that when solid sheet comes in here, and that'll reduce all of that loss and this loss. It'll just be a whole lot better. Expect to see some updates to the ram pump bucket here. I'm considering making a little shelf here that the water will just pour into the bucket. and bypass this little issue here, but we'll see. I mean, it still works decent. That's a slow moving piece there. Maybe it'll make it. That cleared it out in a hurry. So the other question that I'm asked about the flume is, why a flume? Well, the first thing I'm using it for, as you've seen, is the ram pump, which goes from the bucket down here. Gives it approximately 6 feet of head, somewhere around there. And that will be used later for the garden, which next summer I hope to really get that going, because I don't want to use the well water for watering the garden. The other thing is, I would like to generate a small amount of power. Now, like I said before, there's a significant bit of water loss on both sides of the creek here, as you can see by that flow. And once I get that into the flume, I should have 60 plus gallons a minute, maybe up to 100, and that will be used to generate power. So the Archimedes turbine was my first thought, but I'd like to take you inside and show you some plans that I was given from a friend of mine, and I think sometime in the near future I will be attempting to make that plan. So let's go inside and I will show you all of that. My friend Keith ordered a bunch of plans from the Mother Earth News Fair, and they sent him 2 copies of this one. Let me see, I forget which one of these has the more complete version. Maybe 8. So I'll probably adjust this plan a little bit to make the wheel bigger, but this one is a water wheel. Let's see. So basically the flume would be here, and it would pull water into this, and it shrinks down so that it kind of compresses that a little bit and then feeds this wheel. So I was thinking kind of do the same thing. I could maybe put a pipe on the end of that flume and then pull it down to a different size, just reduce it and let the water hit that wheel and really get things going. So let's see, that's a pretty good view of the idea here. Let's see about another page. Okay, page 10 here. I think this was a side view, and that was really helpful to see as well. I'm not sure what kind of results I'd get from this. Okay, so basically what they're doing here is showing you pipe comes down, feeds to the wheel. It's got these flange here on the side that support the whole thing. And then what's cool is they also have the pulleys over here that will attach to the motors and the generators, step ups, all that good stuff. So it's really cool to have that as well. I've always heard that when you increase the size of the wheel, that you can hold more water and get more power off of that. So I'm kind of questioning if maybe I should build the wheel, maybe instead of 1 foot like this one is, more like 3 feet. So get more power off of that. But anyway, that's kind of the new plan since the Archimedes turbine isn't working out all that well. So that's the update on the flume. I'd like to have a water wheel out there generating some power. If anything, just to get more videos out there, maybe turn on some lights and one day maybe bring some power to the tiny house. But of course, all my plans, life happens and they get set back. For instance, we just got 5 inches of snow, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to work on the water projects. And also, have to get that workshop done before I do much else. And Emma's on the way, so lots of things happening, but I do want to get back out in the water and work some more on the flume. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. And that is currently where the flume sits. It's just kind of hanging out in the creek. I'm so bad at talking.